is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Today is Monday, September 21st. Welcome to News 25.
Well, Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal traffic crash on Highway 168 at mile marker 11 in Clark County. According to the report, a 1995 Lexus sedan was westbound on the highway when, for unknown reasons, the vehicle left the roadway and entered the right shoulder. The driver overcorrected and went off the roadway and into a ravine. Both the driver and the passenger were pronounced deceased on scene. The 19-year-old driver and 29-year-old passenger were unrestrained, and investigators believe that impairment is a factor in this crash. Both victims are from California.
Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday night at the age of 87. The icon passed away from complications from metastatic cancer of the pancreas. Ginsburg was a legend and an icon through the world for her strong views on women's rights and a legal trailblazer who championed causes for the less fortunate. Ginsburg served 27 years on the Supreme Court, becoming its most prominent member to the nation's highest court.
Well, the driver of a hot rod was treated for burns after his vehicle catches fire in a fast food drive-thru here in Pahrump.
A man driving his 1924 Dodge Rat Rod was injured when the vehicle caught fire Sunday afternoon in the drive-thru at KFC on Highway 372. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were called to the restaurant around 1 p.m. Everyone was evacuated from the building. Luckily, firefighters were able to extinguish the flames before they caused any serious damage. The fire scorched a section of the side of the KFC. The car, on the other hand, sustained more serious damage. The driver initially refused medical transport for his injuries, but he was eventually taken to the hospital by ambulance for treatment of his burns. No one else was hurt. At this time, it's unknown exactly what sparked the fire. In a Facebook post, someone pointed out that the owner had just recently listed the rat rod for sale.
Another crash Sunday evening totals a pickup truck, but the driver reportedly became uninjured.
One person was transported by ambulance to Desert View Hospital after two cars collided at the intersection of Linda Street and Hardy Lane around noon Sunday. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue assessed those involved in the crash, while Nye County Sheriff's Office auxiliary units helped guide traffic through the area. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating.
And that actually was the accident there on Linda Street that sent one person to the hospital. Well, like Missy was telling you, another crash on Sunday totaled that pickup truck, but the driver reportedly escaped without injury.
This crash happened around 7 p.m. Sunday at the intersection of Blagg Road and Harris Farm Road. Despite the damage, the Nye County Sheriff's Office says no one was hurt in the crash. The Ford F-150 T-boned the flatbed tow truck, the impact peeling back the F-150's hood and causing serious front-end damage. The tow truck was not seriously damaged, but the impact did cause a small fuel spill. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue was also called to the scene to assess the drivers. The Sheriff's Office is investigating.
When we come back, we'll have your Business First brief for the day. Stay.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. Optum Care Network of Nevada, offering Medicare Advantage members more than 3,000 primary and specialty care providers throughout the state.
Welcome back to News 25. President Trump limits access to TikTok, citing concerns over national security. Apple is ready to open an iStore in India, and UPS is reportedly offering buyouts to some of its managers.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, President Trump is limiting access to China's TikTok and WeChat. The administration says it is out of concern of national security. The owner TikTok says he is disappointed by the administration's decision and says the site has 100 million U.S. users. According to another report, President Trump is likely to reject a deal that would make Oracle a technology provider for TikTok's parent company ByteDance. On Wednesday, Apple will launch its iStore in India. Will give customers there access to discounts on purchases of new iPhones by returning older models. UPS is reported to be offering buyouts to employees at the management level. The delivery company plans to still hire 100,000 seasonal workers for the holidays.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, Director of Emergency Management Scott Lewis had some positive news to report at the September 16th Board of County Commissioners meeting.
Our COVID trajectory within the county has remained level since my last report. Most cases continue to occur in Pahrump, and there is one new death, however, that was reported late last evening. In total, Pahrump has managed 458 cases. Amargosa has maintained 17, Beatty 10, Tonopah 17, Smoky Valley 4 for a total of 506 cases. Subtracting the antibody tests and those transferred to Clark County, which is equivalent to 8, we have 490 cases, including now 15 deaths. That equates over the past 2 weeks, approximately 21 new cases or 1.5 per day as an average, significantly lower as reflected in the state's report. We are now well under the recovery rate, and just to share that rate with you on the positivity, we are now down in 64.9 percentile, and so we are well in the out of the red flag range, so we're doing very well there. Okay, so we have a total of 450 that have recovered. We have several that remain in Las Vegas and Pahrump-based hospitals. The ones in Pahrump are usually discharged within a day or so and removed to self-quarantine in their residences. Several new cases have underlying medical conditions such as diabetes, cardiac, and respiratory. Most of those cases were transmitted between family members over the past 2 weeks. Our testing continues with lowering interest in the testing. We encourage those that haven't been tested before, please get tested. There are regular testing sites. In Serenity, we've moved around various areas of the valley in hopes of attracting additional people with the traffic volumes in those particular areas. Our positivity rate is 3.4%, which is much lower than the 7% required. And then our case rate, again, as I mentioned, was at 63.4, which keeps us off that red flag list, and that is very important to us. The testing portion remains in the red area, and that is something that we're striving to get those additional numbers, and that would give us a clean slate across the board if we accomplish that.
Lewis also reported on the subject of air quality, saying that the wildfires burning in the western United States are causing poor air quality due to the area that equals smoking several packs of cigarettes a day. He advises caution when participating in outdoor activities and for those prone to respiratory illness. Air quality is expected to continue to be poor for the foreseeable future.
We'll be back with more News 25 in just a bit.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
COVID-19 has changed the way we celebrate big moments, including the birth of a child. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Tosin Goji says if you're expecting a baby during the pandemic, you want a clear understanding of your hospital's COVID-19 rules and restrictions.
They should start having the discussion as early as possible about expectations on labor and delivery, how their delivery is going to be different from the pre-COVID season. They might realize that by talking about it, it's not as bad as what they think it is.
In order to prevent COVID-19 transmission, many hospitals require women to wear a face covering upon arrival. Most hospitals will also ask about recent travel, health, and contact history. Pregnant women may also be tested for COVID-19 once they're admitted. Every hospital has their own testing policy for labor and delivery, so be sure to ask your doctor for details. In addition, the number of people allowed inside during and after delivery is restricted at most hospitals.
In order to reduce transmission of COVID-19 to your loved ones and to your baby, there is restriction to the amount of people that can be in the room. Most hospitals have policies that restrict it to the immediate person that offers you emotional support.
A new mom may also want to connect with loved ones during labor and delivery using video or virtual platforms. Dr. Goji says it's always a good idea for women to check with their doctor about video policies and to ask what types of technology are allowed in the hospital.
Well, it's Monday, and that means that it's time to meet a wonderful animal that's available for adoption at Desert Haven Animal Society. In today's Save a Pet, we meet two dogs, brothers that actually must be adopted together.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Meet Rowdy and Tyrus. The brothers were surrendered by their owner, and now they're looking for their new forever home. Rowdy and Tyrus are Doberman Pinscher mixes, mostly black, short coat, and both have been neutered. They're just a year and 4 months old. If you're interested in providing a new home for Rowdy and Tyrus, you can stop by Desert Haven Animal Society to meet them. They're located on Seary Lane, right behind the Nye County Courthouse. Just call first at 775-751-7020. You can also see other pets available for adoption on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. And this weekend is the perfect time to adopt a pet for free. Maddie's Pet Adoption Days is this weekend, September 25th, 26th, and 27th. Thanks to funding provided by the Dave and Cheryl Duffield Foundation, all adoption fees are waived during this event.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler. It's a Casual Monday. It's live from Pahrump. All right, it's not Pahrump. Not even Pahrump. I'm in Fairbanks, Alaska. This is my mom's house. And it's a beautiful fall day in Fairbanks. It's 46 degrees. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Feeling good out in the yard. I want to show you some of the pretty fall leaves. This is some of Fairbanks' finest fall leaves. And all these leaves are going to be on the ground in a week. We've got an intense and short fall season here. Everything is going to come off these trees in about a week, and they'll be on the ground over here, and I won't be here to rake them. Planned it just right. Got all the best part of fall in Fairbanks. Anyway, Missy Kohler's coming back with the local weather report for Pahrump, Las Vegas. All up and down the road, and that'll be, it's going to be a beautiful, it's not going to be 46 degrees, I'll tell you that. I'll be back tomorrow, but look for the weather report. It's upcoming.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Well, good evening. Now, when I first moved to Pahrump, everybody told me the weather in September was perfect. Coming from Alaska, I have to say, those 100-degree temperatures didn't bother me, but it really is a gorgeous day today. Fernley saw highs of 87, expected low tonight of 51. Fallon's high 87, 49 for a low tonight. In Carson City, high of 84 with a low of 50. Tonopah, 84, 48, a little chilly for a low. In Goldfield today, 87, low of 48. Beatty, 93 with a low tonight, expected to be about 59. Amargosa, 98 with a low tonight of 64. Las Vegas, high 101. Low tonight, 73. That's pretty nice. And in Death Valley, a high of 108 with a low of 76. So far today in our community, we saw a high of 98 degrees. Wind a little breezy, but keeping things nice and cool. Humidity 12%. Sunrise this morning at 6:31 a.m. For tonight, expect a low of 68 degrees, just a slight breeze in the air. Humidity up just a little bit. And sunset at 6:41 p.m., losing a little daylight every day. Outlook for the remainder of the week is not bad at all. Not bad. Highs of, in the mid to upper 90s with lows in the 60s, mid to upper 60s. Feels quite comfortable. Weekend should be really nice with highs of 95 and 97, lows 65 and 67. Still a little bit smoky out there. Keep that in mind if you're planning any kind of outdoor activities and have problems with respiratory issues, because that could affect you with this smoke that seems to be hanging around, and it is expected to hang around for a little bit longer. That's your weather forecast. I'm going to head back to the desk.
Well, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are at a two-vehicle accident on Highway 160 and Mesquite Avenue late this afternoon. And traffic is being diverted around the crash. There's unknown injuries at this time, but we'll have more on tomorrow night's broadcast.
We'll share if we get more information too to our Facebook page. So
Yes.
check out Local Pahrump, and that's where you'll find us.
Definitely.
Thanks so much for watching News 25 tonight. I'm Missy Kohler.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.